Hi guys, Dan Fernandez, osteopath. So thanks for following me these last couple of days. Been talking a lot about running, and yesterday we went about the basics of technique that you can use while you start running as a beginner or as advanced, depending if you want to progress to a different style, a more natural style, which would be almost like the barefoot running, where we do not put so much effort through the body and just listen to the body to take us forwards. So just a bit of a recap from yesterday. Let me get the foot. So 5-second recap from yesterday is that when we're landing with a foot down, we want to do is not heel strike. That's going to bring too much compression for the heel, and not on the top of the toes, because that's going to be too much of a pressure there as well. We kind of want to land flat forwards and lift that, and that will engage in different things on our windlass mechanism and the recoil from the Achilles to take you forwards. Okay, that's just a bit of theory for that. Technique wise, you want to remember that you want to keep nice and straight. Think you got a balloon on top of your head, and just lift 2 centimeters, 2 fingers from your heels up. That will kind of let you go forwards, but not too much, or else you're going to have too much strain and muscle engagement for your back. So just enough to take you forwards, and that should be it. Then don't forget to synchronize your steps with your hands. So 1, 2, go. And with your breathing, so 2 in, 2 out. And like everything and everybody, you kind of adapt your own, okay? So what we want to talk today is about 5-finger shoes. Okay, so I've been using 5-finger shoes for the last 4 or 5 years. I can't remember now. I was introduced by them by an osteopathic colleague, and I just fell in love with them just because of the benefits. Because when you have these trainers and other shoes, hard shoes, what they're actually starting to do is inhibit you to using your own muscles. So therefore, if your muscles, your feet muscles are not strong, they will not be able to sustain your own body. And when you have a 5-finger shoe, it's so mobile and lets so much freedom go through your feet that it's going to allow you to get stronger. I mean, there's nothing better to get stronger than being barefoot. Obviously, you can always do some little strengthening exercises, like just crunching your toes. So if this is the floor, if you're just crunching your toes, if you do that like for 5 minutes every day, it will increase your intrinsic muscles of the foot, and it will give you, it's one of the rehab exercises I normally give to some of my patients. But you really want to make yourself stronger, especially if you're a runner. I mean, I couldn't find any shoes because I don't have any running shoes. But the normal shoe, as you can see, it's completely flat, solid. But the running shoes, they have that right there, okay? So they are already helping you taking forwards, so therefore you're using less energy, you're going to use less effort from your muscles, which is, some people think it's good, it's going to take you faster, but actually you're not using your muscles. So with these, you actually get to use your toes to take you forwards as well. Now, this compared to a cushioning shoe, when you have a cushioning shoe, it allows you to do lots of mistakes. So because if you heel strike, you'll be putting so much pressure through your heel that you won't be able to feel it. Well, if you have 5-finger shoes, it's almost like being barefoot, and what's going to happen, that compression through the heel will definitely hurt. Yeah, and you will feel that that's not natural. So like yesterday, what you get to do just to find a very simple, nice rhythmical, kind of messed that one up, but you just go and run barefoot, just for like 1 minute, just to feel how your foot really adapts to the floor, and you will see that you will change. So another thing is that when you have the 5-finger shoes, you have more proprioception. Why would you have more proprioception? So basically, we have as many nerves that we have in our hands, so we can feel like when it's hot. So you put your hand on like a boiling stove or the oven or whatever, you have that first instinct that when you touch it, you go, ooh, it's really hot. The same thing happens with our feet. On the plantar surface of the foot, it's all innervated, and it's very sensible if you work on it. Yeah. So if the drop from the shoe is less than like the trainer, once you hit a rock, so this is me running with a shoe. If you're going to put your foot on the rock, and you know you've got the protection, you don't really care. What's going to happen, you're going to put your foot and you're going to over twist it and twist it. Therefore you can damage your ligaments and muscles, and you can put bones out of place just from a simple twist. Then you get swollenness, and what the rehab's going to take you at least for about 2 to 3 weeks to actually be proper. I mean, it always depends from person to person, but more or less like that. What happens with the 5-finger shoes is that because you're so accustomed to feel what's going on your foot, yeah, once you put your foot down, you will have the same reaction in bringing that foot up. First of all, because you're not going to heel strike, you're not putting all of your weight over that stone, yeah, and same thing with your toes. So because you're going to put it straight down and you're going to bring your knees up, so if I'm running, I'm trying to always bring my knees up, the reaction time is going to be a lot quicker, and that reaction time is done by the joints that we have in our ankles. So where's the foot? Here we go. So that's the foot. All of these over here are the ligaments, and then we have the joints. The joints is what's going to send the information to our brain to know what we're going to do. It's the sensory from the joints and from the skin. So if you damp that out with a cushioned shoe, like with a trainer that has, I don't know, 5 mil is 8 mil or more than 8 mil of cushioning, you won't be able to feel what's actually going on in the foot. So a lot of people do a lot of road running, which is good, but then they thought, oh, I want to enjoy a bit more nature, let me do some trail runs. What's going to happen in the trail runs? You can have lots of rabbit holes, a lot of it's just not fun. So therefore you're going to engage your muscles in a different way. Your foot is going to start learning landing differently, sometimes like that, and you're going to be more prone to injury. Okay, so yeah, basically that's basically what I feel about the difference between the shoes, the normal trainers, and the 5-finger shoes. If you're enthusiastic about what I'm saying and you want to start using 5-finger shoes, don't go and buy them and start using them on your 5K. Everything has to be a progression. So you can see my technique advice. You can look at other people's and just get your own. Yeah, when I learned my technique, I read the Born to Run. I've seen different people doing different runs and how they do it. So I looked at barefoot running because that feels, it's more logic to me that I wouldn't want to put any effort on the body, on the heel or anything. So it has to be more smooth. So the progression, like when you're doing for any marathon, yeah, it's typically best that you do 10% gradually. If you're going from, let's say you normally do 5K runs, and you just decided you want to go and do 5-finger shoes, from Vibram, they recommend that it's a build-up to, from, I think it's between 6 months, 6 and 8 months, just the adaptation. But you think, oh man, that's too long, I don't want to do that. But what you can do is train with it. So just pop the shoes in, you do it as part of your warm-up, you do the first K with the 5-finger shoes, and then just check them in your back and put your trainer, your normal trainers, and then because you've already kind of instructed your body to land in a certain way, that will grow and grow and grow. So you progressively then go from 1K when you feel comfortable, just still put them back, do it for a couple of times. It also depends how much you run, how fast you run, but always be aware. Because a lot of people who don't like these, they have bought them and got injured, they went too fast, too soon, okay? And that can happen to everybody. Because the first thing that you're going to have when you start wearing 5-finger shoes is your calves are going to be more hypercontracted, so more tense. So using the foam roller, boom, that will help as well, and stretching. And don't forget the cold water after your showers. Okay, so the progression, let it be gradual. I mean, just be aware of things. It's that simple. Don't go with just what I say. Look at other people, look at other research. There's plenty of research out there that says that barefoot running or with 5-finger shoes is more beneficial for strength and for your health. But the main thing of everything is I want you to keep on running. That's the most important thing, you know, is going outside, doing some exercise. So you articulate your sternum, your breathing, everything, and you feel more energetic. And look, it's UK, British Day, and it doesn't even look like the UK. It's such a wonderful weather. And yeah, I got one more patient in, and I'm going for a run as well. So guys, if you got any comments, any questions, just give me a shout. I'm here to help, okay? So peace out, 5 Finger Shoes. Got any questions, just give me a shout. See you later.